Welcome to JB Trio Podcast, Season 8, Episode 3. I'm Lee McDonald Jr.
Chris, bringing his gear, Woodmancy.
And Chris, Marky Mark Saunders.
I like it. I like
that one.
Yeah. Although he was wasn't he like a one-hit wonder? Or no, that
Marky
was
Mark?
Yeah. No, he was the movie star, so never mind.
Marky Mark?
Wasn't he? Yeah, Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, yeah. Mark Wahlberg was, but isn't there a singer called Marky Mark?
Yeah, same guy, isn't it?
No.
The one we bowl with, actually.
That was before your time, Chris.
Oh, cool.
Oh, Marky Mark. Oh, he's Mark. I see.
Mark Wahlberg.
Well, no, he's
Mark the fucking Murphy.
Mark the fucking Murphy. In the background is my wife Jennifer.
Is it your wife, or is it her name? I could have sworn you said you were married to Jennifer. Okay,
say that again.
Then who were you texting on Saturday? Her name was like Tilly or like.
Oh, wait a minute! You were supposed to say that.
Oh, okay.
She didn't hear that. That's not a girl anyway. That's a guy.
Nah, could have sworn you were texting.
That's my guy friend.
Guy friend. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Jeff Tilley.
Yeah, Jeff Tilley. Okay, gotcha.
Jeff Tilley.
Gotcha.
That's who it is. We invited him to poker with us, remember? He beat us.
Yeah.
You better be careful, otherwise we're going to give out your link to your OnlyFans page.
Yeah, hey, you know what? That's more money for me. I'm good. Keep
More money. Anywho, we had a bowling week happen, and I guess you can call it that because there was some shitty bowling this past week.
Yeah.
And I can say that because I wasn't bowling, so thank God. I know we said I was supposed to bowl, but Joey Robb in for the clutch. Thank God.
Wait, mean what clutch? There should be no clutch.
In for the clutch. My brother,
just bowled.
He came in and he was going to bowl with his kids. I talked him out of it. I said, "Why do you want to bowl with your kids? It's so boring." No, I'm kidding.
So, I mean, you would know.
Would you rather sub with our league, the cool kids? And he said, "Fuck yeah, I want to bowl with you guys." He ended up bowling in Mark's place and helped them to victory. They beat up on, who was it? Brian and Matthew, was it? I'm sorry.
It was indeed. It was indeed them, yes.
Usually I got my standing sheet pulled up here. Let me get that in front of me here. I'm sorry I was distracted by somebody in the background here.
Oh, tell Jennifer to put those away.
Hey! Normally I don't do that. Normally I say pull them out.
What?
Oh, shut up, Chris. You know that's what your wife's doing right now.
Hell yeah.
Both you Chris's.
Seriously?
He said it. I didn't say it. You heard him. Oh, hey.
Oh. All right, we're going to take a quick pause.
Quick pause.
A quick intermission, guys.
Not so quick pause. All right. Yeah, so I got the standing sheet pulled up now, and yes, it does look like they whooped their ass. They were on 3 and 4. It wasn't too bad. It was 26 out of 40, so it was nearly a kiss your sister night. But why don't we go over the fastest 3 minutes of bowling and get it over with early here. So on 1 and 2, we had Team 7, the Hayways, Daniel and Christian, and they went up against Team 12, which is Mike Wang and Jose Beltre. So Mike was there, and he looks like it was Jose. Oh, yeah, it was Jose that held him up. He bowled 660. So Jose kicked some ass over there. And so their team into the clutch, they won, looks like 34 out of 40. I think what ended up happening is there was a mix-up with the handicap, so we didn't actually have the right handicap. Again, second week in a row, there was a mix-up with the handicap. I think it was just on that pair. So on the sheet, it said something like almost a kiss your sister, and Christian, I think, did the scores, but the center had the wrong handicap for, I want to say it was his partner Daniel, so we had to straighten it out. And once we get the figures in, my computer has the final say on the right handicap because it keeps track of the yearly scores when I put them in, and it gives me the numbers. Like, whatever's on our standing sheet is right. ended up being Team 12 pulled out the victory 34 out of 40. So kudos to them. We already mentioned Mark's Team 1, 26 out of 40. Thanks to Joey Robb, who came in. Didn't really bowl his normal great Joey Robbness. He bowled, I think it was like 6-0. He usually averages like 660. So he actually bowled, he underperformed, but looks like it was Ron Reynolds that overperformed as usual and did pretty good, raised his average a few pins, started at 214. So they won 26 out of 40, knocking Brian and Matthew down a bit. Not out of it, though. Not out of it. All right, on 5 and 6, Team 9, we got dropped. The resurging, we got dropped. We talked about it last week. It was Chris and Chris's big match, big test for them to try to pass. Unfortunately, they failed, and unfortunately, it was a miserable failure and lost 2 out of 40. So we got dropped. So unfortunately, the Purple Cobras are down, not out of it, but they are down right now. I'm sure I'll let them tell you guys how down they were after we're done with the fastest 3 minutes here. Next pair we have is a pending post bowl. Team 10 has decided to post bowl for the week. Pin Pals, that's the new team, Matthew and Ethan, friends of Brian Brimmerman. So they will be post bowling actually tomorrow, right before we bowl league. Team that they bowled against, Team 4, Average Joe's, ended up having a better week than normal. They haven't been bowling so hot, but they ended up breaking even 20 out of 20. So if their scores hold up against the blind team, they won 20 out of 20, which ain't bad for them. So they did kiss their sisters. Next pair, that was pair, what is that, 7 and 8? No, it's pair 9 and 10. Team 11, which is their team name, Team 11. Even though it's got Uncle Eric on their team and TJ, they don't have a team name yet, so I'm not sure what's taking them. But
Ball Gaggers.
The old Ball Gaggers name, yes. That's on Chris's OnlyFans, of course, for those of you wondering. Yeah, so Ball Gaggers name, revived, maybe. We'll tell them about it. But they bowled up against Team 6, Too High, Craig and Gino. Craig and Gino did not have the best of nights, and they lost to Eric, TJ mostly, who bowled great. We had a decent series at 630, which off of a 160-something average meant that he was bowler of the week. So kudos to TJ, and they ended up winning 26 out of 40. So good week for Team 11. And last but not least, Team 1, my sons, Peyton and Leland, CYMG, keep your mind out of the gutter, or keep your mom out of the gutter. I don't know where that comes from. Hope they're not talking about their mom. So they bowled up against team number 3, which is Better Halves, the wives of Chris and Chris, and they smoked them. Even though Camilla bowled decent, Tina could have had a better night. I know she would tell you herself that she didn't bowl so hot. Been in a little bit of a slump. She's got everybody where she wants them. She's going to bounce back and kick everybody's ass late in the season. But they ended up losing 30 out of 40 to my sons, which that is the last pair that bowled. So to go over the standings, we got balls still in first at 134. We got dropped. The Resurgent got dropped at 108. Had a huge week this past week. Now in second, Team 11, Uncle Eric and TJ in third place with 92 points. My two sons, I told you they'd get up there. They're in fourth place with 90 points. The Purple Cobras got knocked down to fifth. They're currently out of the playoff spot at 84 points. The Hayways, Christian and Daniel, are at 82 points. They're in sixth. The Better Halves, the wives, Team 3, got knocked down to seventh place. They are tied, actually, for sixth at 82 points, only losing by total pins. In eighth place is Pin Pals with 72 points. Team 12, which is the new team, one of the new teams, Mike and Jose, they are at 68 points. They're bouncing back. They were out of the gutter, so they're in ninth. In eighth place, that is one of the new teams that... Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not the new team. That's Brian and Matthew. Oh, get this. This is their new team name. I don't have it on the sheet here, but it will be updated next week. I'm actually kind of surprised it's not there now. but it will be there next week. And it's probably going to go down as one of the best team names in history.
What?
Drum roll.
All gaggers.
No. Drum
He
roll.
told me. He already told me.
Edible panties.
There you go.
Edible. Oh yeah, edible panties. Oh, yeah.
It's their team name.
Yeah, creative.
That to be the best name. One of the best names, maybe in the top 3 that we've ever had, next to Titanic and 3 for Fellatio.
Oh yeah.
But some of the other legendary names that we've had. But Edible Panties is now officially the team name of Ryan and Matthew. Again, I don't know why I don't have it on the sheet yet. I had it there. I just don't know why it's here on the sheet. But that is Team 8. So they were in 10th. Finishing it off, Average Joe's in 11th with 36 points. And tied for last place with them is Team 2 High, which is Craig and Gino. They are at 36 as well. So there you have it. There's the standings, guys. Really a kind of a bummer week for a lot of teams. Why don't you guys tell us what happened? You guys are like
Chris. And
you were the projected preseason number 1 seeded team in the whole friggin' league, and now you guys are out of the playoff picture if we stop today.
Because we're trying to. This is the climax of the show. All right.
It's true.
And,
It's the turning point.
we're about to make it great ending, but we have.
What do they call it when you climax too early?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're about to.
That happens sometimes. Nothing to be worried.
Sometimes.
Okay. In my defense, though, I'll take the blame for this week. But in my defense, no one told me to switch my bowling balls back over to the correct car. Okay.
You forgot your bowling equipment?
I did. I forgot all of it. My shoes, my bowling balls, all the equipment in between. So
Just like if you forgot your real balls.
Yeah.
Okay, I've learned to live without those.
After 10 years of marriage, you kind of forget them. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
I
about.
understand. Oh, I totally understand. Thank God the wife's outside in another room, so I can say that. But I totally understand that. I've done that a time or two myself. So I've left my bowling equipment, had to do the long walk to the front desk and say, "Can I please have a size 12?" What are you talking about? You got your own
shoes. He uses wife's shoes.
Yeah.
What?
Had to.
Oh my God. No, I've never done that before.
Hey, it's a good thing we have the same dick size. But
wow.
But no, actually my toes were curled up. They were stuffed. I mean, it was a bad night all the way around. I mean, I tried to make it work, but it just wasn't happening. Those other guys were on all at the same time for the first time ever, by the way.
Okay. Men, if you're listening out there, has that ever happened to you where you've lost or forgot your bowling equipment and you had to wear your wife's bowling shoes? Oh my God. Chris, I think you're turning in your man card for the week.
Okay, well, for the week, it's fine. This will be the 3rd time this week.
My God.
Unexpected.
I thought it was bad enough walking to the desk to get house shoes.
Said, please move your stuff over tonight.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I will. After this podcast, I will go promptly down there and switch stuff over.
Yes, please set the reminder on the phone.
Please do that.
If you're out there, podcasters, and you're hearing this after we publish this, it's probably Tuesday afternoon. Everybody text or call Chris Saunders. Bring your friggin' equipment, please. I want to see all y'all texting out there. His number, I don't know how you're going to get it, but his number... We'll post it at the end of the podcast.
940-564-4986.
Say it one more time.
940-464-8964.
Right. And for the poor sap
number.
And for the poor sap whose phone number that really is, we're sorry.
Yeah, right. So tomorrow is the day we're bowling week 5. It's crunch time. There's not a lot more weeks that the purple-headed people eaters or whatever the hell you guys are going to need to make up. So, I mean, you guys are bowling, looks like Team 4, and that's
Average Joe.
Average
Okay.
Joe.
You guys got Diego and Tim. It will be an all-time Titanic low if you guys lose to Tim and Diego. It will be a loss of epic proportions.
That would never happen.
It will be like both your guys' face will be the same color. I know Chris is normally red anyway, especially after the sunburn day he had last week.
Yeah.
But both you guys will be red face. It will be nuts. There can't be a bigger setup week for you guys to win like tomorrow.
Yeah, and it
Or
but
if it does happen and we do fail, we could just call this Dodgeball 2, the bowling game.
Dodgeball 2, the revenge. Oh, man. So
I'm okay with that.
what was that dodgeball team that what's his name had? Not the Average Joes, but what were the other ones with Jennifer? Remember Average Joes?
What's one?
Dodgeball the movie. What was the other team name with Ben Stiller? What was Ben Stiller's team name?
You're asking me to think way back.
Purple Cobras.
Oh, that's right. The purple. That's where you guys got the name. I forget. That's right. So you guys are you guys need to wear their outfits literally like tomorrow.
We did.
Chris,
we got it.
With the elbow pads and the knee pads.
The knee pads, the headband. Chris
we got it.
shaved your head bald like the second guy.
Oh my god.
The guy on steroids. So
Michelle.
I mean,
Michelle.
you need every bit of luck tomorrow because if you guys fail, it is gonna be worse than a movie.
Oh my god.
We'll have to video Saunders at the end, just like when he was bouncing the titties. We'll have to put a fake bodysuit on Saunders so he can bounce some titties.
All right. It's better than awesome.
That's the song. That's the song. All right. So moving on to the next segment, continuing what we did last week, we are doing the power rankings again. This ought to be interesting because I'd say almost nearly all three of us are going to have probably a whole new power ranking for all four teams. I don't think there's going to be one team in the same spot. So a lot of awkward bowling this past week.
All right, so real quick, we could all agree on the first ranked team is Mark and Ron. Or how about Ron and a sub?
I think I'm going to agree with you that let's just go ahead and get the least controversial pick out of the way. Just pick first and go in reverse order this time and say first place is Mark and Ron for all of us. Unless you got something different.
I mean, I had them first last week. I mean, there's no reason to change it this week. So, yeah, they're still in first.
Mine too. That's it. So it's locked. So all three, even though Mark, he said he's going to be coming back tomorrow. He's going to be back from Boston bowling. Their team will be bowling up against, my son's team. Ooh, that'll be an interesting night. So they'll be bowling up against Peyton and Leland and giving up pins. But Mark will be in town literally flying in that afternoon. So he'll have jet lag and he'll be all tired. And then they're going to go to Florida like the next day or the next day or two. He's going to be all wore out. It'll be interesting. All right. So number 2, the shitty pick. All right. Who wants to go first for the shitty pick?
All right, I'll go first.
Mr. Shitman himself.
I'm going to hate myself, but it's the most plausible one. I think I'm going to say we got dropped.
We got dropped. The team that beat you guys last week.
Yeah.
With help.
Yeah. It's hard to go against them after their performance. I mean, they started out with a front four, each of them. Is that what I saw down there?
Yeah.
Can you guys confirm?
Oh,
The first game, yeah.
First game.
Yeah, my sons were bowling against your wives, and I was talking to the wives. I said, man, you guys' husbands are getting their ass kicked. So I was looking down. They started out with a front four.
Thanks.
Well, I tried to put the kibosh on them. I tried to tell them, slow down. These guys can't keep up with you guys.
Okay, thanks.
But yeah, it didn't turn out to be disastrous. Now you guys ended up coming back. Did you win the second game or the third game?
No, we didn't win the game. I won my point in the second game.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Just 1 point. I keep thinking you guys only lost.
Thanks, Lee.
You guys won't do that same thing against Diego and Tim.
This therapy session is helping a lot.
Yeah. I feel better about myself right now.
So I'm actually gonna go out on a limb, and we got dropped. I think I had them. Where did I have them?
Third.
Third. Yeah.
Third.
I'm actually gonna go ahead and pick them for second, like Chris. I was very impressed with how they bowled last week. And I was rooting for you guys.
Sure.
But I know it kind of sounds different, but I was rooting for you guys. And I did want you guys to win, but I knew they were going to be tough, and they were. So I'm going to have to pick them at second.
Yeah, as much as I don't like to say, I agree. They're good bowlers. They seem to get it on this time. They haven't been doing well historically up to this point, and go figure.
True.
But they did well, so kudos to them. They're in second, so I gotta rank them there as well.
And Chris, who's that girl that sits with them?
Summer,
that's it. I keep forgetting her name. And she's like a local, not like a pro, but she's like a local like coach or something, like a really, really good bowler, isn't she?
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah. So that's probably what it is. Is she dating one of them?
Yeah, she's dating the Lante one, the black guy.
Oh, wow. Okay. So she's, I thought she was there just for like coaching them, or like teammates, but they're actually dating. Okay. Man, so it's no wonder that they're bowling good. They got a great coach and great girlfriend, and I'm not sure what their background is, but I think they bowl.
Summer. They're all sharing. They're sharing her.
It could be. That's why they're bowling so good. Okay, that's not the coaching; it's the other kind of coaching.
Yeah, correct. This is accurate.
Okay. All right. We better move on before we get in trouble. All right. So now here's where it's going to get interesting. Our third place pick. Chris, you went first. Woodman, you went first last time. Why don't you go first, Saunders?
Sure. Okay. So I got to say that I kind of went on a limb last time and said they would just squeak in, but they're in third already. So I'm just going to go ahead and bump them up to that spot. So my brother, Eric, and TJ.
Oh, fuck you. That's not going to last, Chris.
It may not last. Nothing in the power rankings lasts, dude. Come on.
Yeah, but every week, one of them is really good.
Take this segment serious, Chris.
I'm taking it seriously. I picked them when they weren't even near the top 4, and now they're in the top 4. So until they prove me otherwise, I got to keep the pick alive.
I agree. I think that's a great pick. I don't have them as my number 3, but I do agree with the pick. They are an up-and-coming team.
My turn. So
my third, go ahead. Let's see. Here we go.
I think it's the same as Lee. That's why I want to say my first.
Uh-oh. All right.
Copying him. But my third pick is, I hate to say it, I'm going to wipe my fucking mouth out with soap, but I hate it. It's going to be Peyton and Lee.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your own team.
No.
Oh, wow. I can't believe it. And you are fucking right, of course. Yes, I'm picking myself.
Oh, that's why I said someone.
Only because I think they're good. I think they're actually good enough to even contend for first. And this week is their test. So they're bowling against the first place team. I'm going to hype them up. I'm going to try not to put pressure on them, but I'm going to hype them up and tell them they're great bowlers. And they got to prove it out there by beating the first place team.
So you're going to lie to them.
Of course.
Yeah, that's
all right. All right. So fourth place. This one is. I got a lot of teams that are in fourth. I got Chris's brother in there, Uncle Tim, Uncle Eric. I got actually Hayways in there. I got Hayways, which is Daniel and Christian, because it seems like one of them bowls great every week. I actually got the purple Cobras up in the fourth place spot. There's like 3 or 4 teams battling it out. Out of all the teams that are battling it out, I think I had Brian and Matthew there last time. I've got to knock them out of there just for now. Unfortunately, Matthew's in a bit of a slump. And I'm going out on a limb for you guys. I'm going to put the purple Cobras there.
No
fourth place, yes.
I said the same thing. Yeah, we're in fourth.
No, really?
Yeah.
You can't tell, but I'm beaming right now, smiling. So thanks, Lee. That means a lot.
I'm flattered.
Because I was going to put us there. Okay, we're not too far out of it. All right. Last week there was a lot going on. So this week, I will have to say, I'm just going to, even though we're fifth, I'm going to squeak us just a little bit higher than that and still say fourth.
See, I think you guys like bowling against your friends, and instead of bowling strangers, you let the strangers slip by. But now that your former teammates are bowling with you, Tim and Diego, I know you guys only bowled with Diego, but yeah, so I think you guys are going to whoop their ass probably like 40-0. So I don't know why
I
you
hope
guys
so.
like to kick your friends' asses instead of strangers.
Because we can talk about it from then on in.
Yes.
We can talk about it on Thursday night when we're playing poker.
Yes.
All right.
Just not this Thursday.
So we all agree on the first place team. We all agree on the fourth place team. So it's just a mixture of a few teams in second and third.
Well, the second we agreed on too, I think, right?
Oh, did we? We agree. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we got dropped. So it's really just the third place team we're all kind of mixed about.
Except for me.
I will.
Me
Except for that.
and Peyton.
Yeah, that's
Me and
true.
you picked exactly the same, Lee.
Wow. Holy shit. What's wrong with me?
The universe is imploding, clearly.
I know Mark would have a problem with that. He'd have a comment or two about that. It's just like when we picked Beat Mark's picks last season. He always copies me, and then that's how he ties me.
I would have won both halves if it wasn't for
Would have. I like that. Would have, but somebody else ended up winning.
Yeah.
And it was not a tie. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and do not the Monopoly music. What the hell game show is it?
Oh,
Price is
Yeah,
Right.
so-
Right.
Price is right, yeah.
All right, here we go. Who knows how to do it?
Price is right. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. There you go.
That's what it is. Welcome
be here all
to
night,
another
Chris.
segment of Beat Mark's Picks. Where the hell is Mark anyway? Mark is the one who's gathering all the information. We're just barely holding it up. I know Mark's out there listening to us, probably shaking his head, but we are trying to hold the fort down for him and keep his segment alive. Not doing a very good job at it. So we hope for his swift return maybe next week. We'll have to have a grand opening entrance for him when he comes back. But
or
right now,
a retirement plan for him.
you mean he's never coming back? You retired him permanently?
I mean, he done so many call-in no shows. I mean, it just feels right. It just feels right.
He got demoted, so he kept teasing you about when you were taking that time off and how he wasn't on the very first season 1, episode 1, and everybody thought it was about blowjobs. So
I mean, I think the viewers and listeners are liking Chris a lot.
Oh yeah, we're getting a lot of good. Hey, no joke. We've got a lot of good reception and a lot of comments about the new guy. But
thanks. I do appreciate that. That does mean quite a bit. Do appreciate it.
This might be the calling of a second show. We might have to do 2 shows, one for Chris, one for Mark.
Let's not do that.
Oh, we love Chris. Maybe we'll just make it a foursome.
Oh, hey now.
Hey, 4-way. Hey, that's another OnlyFans for Chris. So
we can call it Connect 4.
Oh no! I thought it was going to be called Around the World, but never mind. Oh God. Oh yeah. Anyway, so on the agenda, first pair bowling next week. Team 11, which is in third place currently. That's Uncle Eric's team and TJ against Team 8, the newly named Edible Panties. What do we think of this? Let me go over the spread here. Edible Panty spread. Interesting. So they got 115 edible panties. No, wait, that's not them. Sorry. If they got 115, they'll be jumping out of their pants.
Jumping out of their panties.
Out of their panties. So they get 60 pins as opposed to Team 11, who's getting 79. So not that much. So 19 pins of spread. That's Team Uncle Eric and TJ are getting. So since this is a family affair, why don't we let Mr. Saunders go first?
Absolutely. So again, I just want to say it again. I said power rankings, top 4. They're in third, and I think they're going to keep it that way.
Oh my God.
So, Matthew's been throwing it a bit, for him, not so amazing, but I mean, he put it back on. But also, the reason that Eric didn't do so well last week was in part also because, again, I forgot my equipment. So when that happens, I use his stuff as far as his bowling ball is concerned, and that was his go-to ball. So it kind of put him also not in a great situation. So
So your brother's shoes are so shitty that you said, "No, I'm going to pass. I'm going to use the wife's shoes."
Okay, well, that was actually my older brother's shoes that were crappy. Like they're falling apart now, so I couldn't use those anymore.
Gotcha.
So point is, just remember to text me to put the stuff in the right car, and hopefully everybody's games will be better. But I'm going to take them.
Please text your brother as well as everybody else. That is the correct.
Sure you will.
We'll give it out again later.
Yeah.
And so Eric, over with.
I'm going to agree. I think, well, of course, Team 11's higher than standings. You know me, analytics, Mr. Analytics. But so we've got Team 11 that's in third, and they've been bowling hot. They've always got somebody on at least 1 week, and that's the key for always winning in the duos league. Is you got to have at least one person on, and when I mean on, they're like really on. Like TJ bowled a 630 series, off a 160 average. So yeah, he bowled bowler of the week, nearly 140 over his average. So when you got scores like that, it's hard to beat. So I'm going with Team 11 over the edible panties. They're going to eat the edible panties.
Man, y'all are hurting my heart. I'm gonna prove to y'all that I love Eric. Chris, I love Eric to death. Like he's like a brother to me, a great family member. But no, they're gonna lose tomorrow.
Oh wow, they're not even getting handicapped because it's going to TJ and Eric. They're getting spread 19.
Because Matthew's gonna come up, and Brian is on a roll, and he's gonna keep on trucking. And
so you're giving up the points, and you're taking Matthew and Brian.
100%.
That's right. Brian's your former teammate and protege, so you could never let him go. You never let go.
Never want to let you go.
Never let go. Anyway, all right. So just like the team name says, Titanic, could never let go. All right. So next pair, we've got Team 9. We got dropped. The Resurgence, we got dropped. And they got a bit of a test ahead of them. They got Team 7, the Hayways, which is Christian and Daniel. They only took their first loss last week, and they thought they won because on the sheet that was on the pair that had their handicap screwed up. So they actually thought they took the win. And so they may be a little perturbed that they took the loss, finding this out tomorrow night. And they may want some revenge. But let's see. So handicap-wise, we're looking at Hayways getting 140 friggin' pins. Daniel getting 100 pins alone just by himself. So 140 against, oh gosh, let's see. Oh, nowhere near. So we got dropped is only getting, looks like 52 pins. So that's, oh God, that's 88 pins. 88 pin spread, guys, that we're talking about here. So sorry I'm not more prepared with these spreads. But so Woodmansey, what do you think? Here we go. We got your former protege here with Christian.
Yeah.
What do we think?
100%. We got dropped. 100%.
Screw the protege stuff.
Yeah. On this one, yes.
I mean, that's a lot of pins, though. They're on 3 and 4, which is not the easiest pair. I know they come off of a high bowling you guys, but you got that much confidence that Christian is not going to perform?
Yeah, I think the Christian and the other guy are going to get discouraged when they see them bowl, and they won't feel as good.
That's interesting. All right. What do you think, Saunders?
Okay, well, this is not at all a retaliation pick, but I'm going to channel my best mark and go for the underdog here. Okay, so this is totally for Christian and Daniel, and here's the reason why. This isn't just thought of because, again, I'm not bitter at all, or even a little salty, but historically, these guys, it's a new team. We're figuring them all out. And they absolutely crushed the team that had no handicap on them. So, but the weeks prior to that, they were they had to overcome the handicap. And they're going to have to overcome a lot of handicap this time. Just for that, I'm going to say that Christian and Daniel kind of squeak out more points, just a little bit.
Doesn't sound like a revenge pick at all. Oh, man, this is actually tough for me because that's a lot of pins. That is a lot of pins. And so, Woodmansey, you're giving up the handicap, and Saunders, you're taking the handicap. Oh, man, oh, man. And I know that Christian has really improved his game a lot. He has not set that high average like he did in the fall. In the fall, he was at almost 190 average, whereas here he's only at 175. Fuck, man. You know what? I'm gonna have to. You know what? When in doubt, go with analytics, and the second place team is we got dropped. So I'm gonna have to take the easy route and pick we got dropped. Screw it. Back to analytics. Anyway, so they're gonna win, and so me and Woodmans, we got dropped, and Saunders got Christian.
That's a true Mark pick right there. That's a true Mark pick.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I believe it is. All right, next pair. Speaking of Mark's triumphant return to bowling. He will be back. No Joey Rob. It'll be Mark and Rob, Mark and Ron, the old team. They'll be back bowling against the youngins, Peyton and Leland. CYMG Team 1, who was in 4th place, and definitely the best pair that's going to be bowling on the night. So 1st place against 4th place, both playoff teams. This might even be a pre-playoff game that's going to happen down the road. So this could be the first match of a rematch. Let's see the spread on this. My Sons are getting 71 to Mark and Ron are getting 29. So quick math, what is that? 69 and 29, that's 40 plus 2 more pins, that's 42. So the spread is 42 pins, if that's right. So let's see. Why don't I go first? I got a little stake in this. My Sons are bowling. And analytics are screaming at me saying, take Mark and give away the points. But that jet lag has been kicking in with Mark. I don't know where the hell he's been. This is like his 3rd city. He's going to new places next after this. He's going to Florida, from what I hear, and somewhere else. It's almost like he's got a friggin' bucket list. Like,
yeah, he's dying.
Christmas thing. Oh, we're gonna talk about that here in a second.
He's dying this year. He sold his soul to the devil.
He's doing a bucket list. Yeah, so Mark's doing a lot of traveling. He's gonna have a jet lag. I'm actually going with my 2 sons. This is their first big test of the summer. It's at least going to be somewhere in the Kiss Your Sister area, and I'm picking them to pull out the edge. Peyton always seems to do good against Mark and Ron, so I'm going to try to be in their corner, and no bias, of course, but I'm going to be in their corner and try to root them for victory.
Wow.
You know what the heartstring says now.
All right, who wants to go next?
I go next. I got Mark and Ron. I believe Mark's going to call out at the last minute and then joke them.
Oh, he could, because his flight is scheduled.
Yeah, it might get delayed. So I believe
it could get delayed.
Ron and sub.
Ron and Joey. I bet you Joey has been up there to practice, but he will sub. He is the first in line to sub for any team that needs him, and he'll be there for Ron if needs be. Anyway,
that says a lot. So I mean, either or. It's like I say it every single time. It's hard to vote against Ron. I got to go with Ron regardless. But even if Mark is jet lagged a little, I've seen him throw 3 7-10 splits in a row and still have a high 200. So he can put stuff together, if not in the beginning, at the end. So I don't think he's ever really out of it either. So I'm definitely going with Ron and whoever he's with, whether it be Mark or a sub.
Wow, so you guys are giving up the points. That's crazy. 42 is a lot.
It's not a lot. That's really what, two marks, 3 marks at most.
4 marks. 4 marks.
It depends on how much you string. 3 strikes.
2 doubles for 2 bowlers or 4 bagger for 1 bowler.
Well, Ron can throw those like
in his sleep.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the guy counts bowling balls to fall asleep. So I feel like he throws them like candy at Christmas. So I feel like that was a bad metaphor. But the guy can bowl. That's my point. He bowl really, really well.
So before the podcast started, Woodmansey, of course, is asking where Mark is, and I'm filling him in. Mark texts me. We always talk before the podcast. Where you at? What you doing? How you doing? And so I tell Woodmansey how Mark's doing. I said he's got this big trip planned. He's going to Boston. After that, he's going to Miami. He's going to somewhere else after that. And what did you say he's doing, Chris?
He's dying this year. He's trying to see everything he can before he dies.
He's doing a bucket list, you said?
Yeah.
So he's trying to get in as much stuff as he can. It's not really a joke, but I mean, it's just how Chris put it. It's just funny. And so,
Yeah, I think he said it. He sold his soul to the devil and is having one last raw before
exactly.
he died. But yeah,
He's from Boston. That reminds. Oh, I was listening to what's that band called? Dropkick Murphys, that Boston band. And I was thinking of Mark the other day. So, but yeah, so Mark, he hopefully will be back. He's going to be back bowling. And boy, is he going to put a hammer into Chris because all the shit talk that Chris has been doing. But
It's fun for not being on the podcast.
that fucker. All right, so moving on. Next pair, we've got lane 7 and 8. That is team number 6, Too High. That's currently tied for last. Gino and Craig, surprisingly tied for last. They had a good week last week, but they are bowling against team 3, the Better Halves. So this has stake for both you guys. Both the wives are bowling. Let's see the spread. So team 6. I think the wives will still be getting pins, but let's see. You never know. Team 6 is getting 130 pins. Uh-oh. The wives may be in trouble here. They may be giving pins. So 130, and the wives are team 3. They're at, 107. Holy shit, they're giving up. Damn, they're giving up 23 pins. Wow.
Ooh.
I don't know if they've ever had to give pins to anybody before, but
I don't think that's happened.
yeah, so the Gino and Craig will be getting 23 pins. And although the girls are currently in a much better position than the guys, they are in 7th and the guys are in 12th, tied for last. I'm going to go first since you guys both have stake in it. I'm going to say, oh, fuck. This is tougher than I thought.
Easy.
It's never easy. It's never easy. This is a tough week for picks. We're going to be like 0 and 6.
This is going to be.
Okay. You know what? Gino and Craig, they never like it when I pick them. Every time I pick them, they lose and they hate and they nearly chew me out every week. I'm going to go for the ladies. Ladies first, right? Isn't that how it's supposed to be? Ladies first?
Yeah.
And analytics say that they're supposed to win because they're in the better seed. So ladies first. So I'm picking the Better Halves.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Why? Come on.
Well,
remember last week we were talking about, who's the warden, who's the prisoner? What are you guys, the prisoners this week?
well, again, I love Gino. I love Craig. They mean a lot. Them going through a lot of uphill stuff, especially climbing out of last. There will be another test. But if I want to get lucky at any point between here and bowling, I got to go with my own wife and Chris's wife. So I got to with the Better Half.
I think everyone will be distracted. It'll be too distractive of our wives. Like, oh shit, we're bowling with women.
Well, that's true. They are the only 2 ladies in the league. So that is true. I forgot the distraction points.
Wow.
But all right, so Craig will be happy to hear that none of us picked him and Gino. Even though I really like Gino and I really like Craig. I know Craig's had kind of a down week, but he still is going to be very happy that we didn't pick him and curse him. So there you go, Craig.
Gift.
And of course, the men, they're thinking with the 2 husbands, for that matter, are thinking with their other heads, not their main heads.
Yeah.
So as they should. All right, next pair. The next pair of lanes, that is. Lanes 9 and 10. Team 10, the Pin Pals, which is the new team. Hopefully they're back. They should be pre-bowling before this, so they'll be a little bit warmed up. That's Matthew and Ethan, friends of Brian Brimmerman. They're kind of new to the league, and they're just fresh out of youth league too. I found out. So this is their first adult league. They are bowling up against Team 12, Mike Wang and Jose Beltre. Why does Jose Beltre sound like a baseball player name?
Because he was a baseball player.
Adrian Beltre.
Adrian Beltre. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
What is Jose Beltre an actual baseball name though?
No, not Jose Beltre, but Jose Altuve.
Okay, so we just got to combine them together. Jose Altuve and Adrian Beltre.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've got Team 12, and I think they have a team name too. I forget what it was. I don't know why my system didn't update, but I could have swore I saved their team names as well, but I forgot what it was.
You talking about Mike?
Yeah, Mike and Jose.
Here for the beer.
What's that?
Here for the beer.
Ah, that's it. Yes, Here for the beer. Thank you, Chris. Mm-hmm. So Here for the beer. I promise I will have these teams saved in the sheet next week. So we've definitely got to get edible panties in there, and then here for the beer. All right, so moving on to back to the agenda. Team 10, their spread, their handicap is 115. Team 12, Mike Wang and Jose Beltre, the baseball player. Let's see, that is 56-16. What's that? That's 72. So 72 and 115. So that is 43 pins. So there's a 43-pin swing for Team 10. Now, both teams are kind of new, but you guys know Mike Wang and Jose Beltre, the baseball player from Friday Night Bowling. So what can you guys tell us about the Mike and Jose?
Are they good bowlers?
And?
And they're going to win?
Well, I guess that's enough. I mean, don't you guys know him? We know Mike. He's a poker buddy of ours.
Yeah, and Jose Beltre is a great damn good bowler.
Yeah, and he's a great baseball player too.
Yeah.
Multiple sports.
And
guy.
And he's from the Dominican Republic.
Oh, he's a Dominican Republican. What is that?
They're rare.
Democratic Republic.
They're
the Democratic Republic of Dominican.
Uh-huh.
So, okay, well, that's cool. He's from the Dominican Republic, and he's a baseball player. I mean, he's a good bowler. And all right, so I guess that's enough. That's, you ever ask one of us to describe
that's the only reason. That's the only reason.
That's about as much detail as we can get in.
Yeah.
All right, so who wants to go first with the spread? Spread is 43 pins.
That Mike and them are getting?
Yes.
Okay. Again,
Ethan and Matthew.
Against Ethan. Okay. So another new team. We haven't really seen a whole lot of them. I haven't seen them week to week. But I do know Mike, and I do know Jose. And Jose shot lights out even on Friday. So I'm going to go with Jose and Mike.
All right. Technically, Jose and Mike are not ahead of them in the standings. They're in 10th, and Ethan and Matthew are they're in 9th. Ethan and Matthew are in 8th. I'm going to actually have to agree with Chris, though. I'm going against the analytics and picking Mike and the great baseball player Jose Beltre to win. And I think they're going to have a dominating performance. Jose bowled lights out last week on 1 and 2 of all pairs. So he shot 660 on that pair. So that says something. That tells me a whole hell of a lot. So I think they're going to win, too. What do you think, Woodmansey?
Yeah, of course. Easy.
That's it? No other description?
No, Jose's going to wipe the floor with them.
That's like that color commentator that I forget. It was
like,
baseball.
It's going to be bad.
He would turn to his sidekick and say, "What do you think?" He'd have one-word answers.
I mean, Sammy, it's going to be so bad that those two guys that I don't know, Ethan and whoever his name is, they're going to go back to youthful.
Ethan and Matthew.
Yeah, they're going to go back to youthful.
Oh my God! They're going to listen to this podcast and kick your guys' ass. I swear.
All I can say is for their first adult league, they sure picked the first XXX one they could find.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Really?
They picked the first of OnlyFans bowling league, huh?
Yeah.
Well, good luck to them. Good luck to all bowlers, but I do think that. So all three of us are on Mike and Jose, the baseball player.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So last pair, finishing it off. We've got Team 11. Lanes 11 and 12. Team 2, Purple Cobras. Purple Cobras, the Purple People Eaters, the Purple-Headed Warriors, against Team 4, the Average Joes. We talked about this earlier. This could be a meltdown Titanic of epic proportions, or it could be a great victory. Who knows? Since I've got no stake in this, I will go first, but to go over the spread, let's see.
Lee, before you say, if you don't fucking choose us, you can just quit bowling. Just quit bowling.
I feel like you have more stake in this than you say.
It's going to be interesting, though. So they are getting 150 freaking 6 pins.
And there's a reason for that.
Well, let's hear it. What's the reason?
They suck at bowling.
Well,
we'll see.
And Jennifer, you know it's true if you're there. I heard you.
156 against 46. So
110?
156 to 46. The last time I remember it is 110,
110 pins.
which I think so far this season is the most that any one team has given another.
Like I can understand Diego's good. Diego has his moments. He's really good, but he likes to have fun. He just throws the ball, and hopefully that's holes and strikes or Brooklyn's, whatever. He gets all the pins down. Yes, but they're not consistent bowlers. So that is what I'm saying. They're great people. I love them so much to death. But I will tell you as it is because I'm a good friend. I'm a true friend. And I'll tell you it is. They're not good bowlers. Plain and simple.
All right, so I guess I'll go last then. So Saunders, what do you think?
I feel like you have more stake in this, as I said, than you think you do. But yeah, I again, it's always hard to pick against you, and you feel super confident. And I felt confident until I realized I didn't bring my stuff. So
Me too.
I'm going to make sure I have my stuff. I'm going to make sure
Text reminder.
Reminder, yes, always remind. Please send me your most insulting text. At the same time,
Make sure they're GIFs, they're GIFs pictures or whatever.
Right? Yeah, of course. Yeah. Make sure the file size isn't any higher than 14 megabytes. Okay. Okay. As far as the game goes, this is going to be the super awesome sequel of 2004 or whenever that movie came out. So the bowling version, and I can't wait to actually win it this time. So I'm going to go with us, Purple Cobras. We'll take down the Average Joes this time, and in a rematch of the century. You heard it here first.
Be on the Ocho, just like on the show, on the movie.
Yeah. Yes, the Ocho. Yes,
the Ocho. All right, so here's what I gotta say: 110 pins is a lot of friggin'
Oh
pins.
my God, Lee!
It is.
That is a lot of friggin'
choose
pins.
us.
That is a lot of friggin' pins.
I might have
mean, that is like.
Dude, Jennifer's gonna withdraw sex from me for life if you don't choose us.
I mean,
if you don't choose us,
so that is like 2 against 3. That's like a threesome on OnlyFans for Chris.
Jennifer will leave you. Jennifer will leave you. I promise you.
With that being said,
Promise you.
With that being said, I'm gonna have to go with the Purple Cobras. I think you guys are going to win. I know. I'm going with the analytics. I'm playing it safe. But wouldn't it be a disaster?
Oh, my God. Okay, let's not say it.
A whole nother level if somehow Diego and Timmy ruin the dreams and place early spoiler.
All right. Okay, I know you want to bet. I hear you. I can hear your bet. If that's word to be true. Let's say that were to be true. Let's say we lose. Like it's like 18 to 20 or 22 to 18, something like that. Okay? If that's true. If they were to beat us majority points, I promise you, I'll quit bowling. I'll give all my stuff away.
No, that's not the wager. The wager is you come in with the skirt, the wig, the makeup, the nails. You let Camilla do your hair and makeup, and you got to wear some of her clothes.
Okay, hold up.
And
if that were to happen, me and Chris will come in both wearing girls' attire.
No, not just any girl's attire, your wife's attire.
It'll be something like that. But it won't happen.
I don't know if Saunders agreed to that.
I'm so confident that they would not win 1 point.
Oh, so you're saying it's 40-0. Wow. So you're wagering that if you lose 1 point, you're going to come in a girl's skirt.
Okay. Not 1 fucking point.
That's a little excessive. Come on, guys.
That'll be a whole new OnlyFans of epic proportions.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be instead of OnlyFans, you're going to go to Grindr or something.
Yeah, not 1 point. But I'm saying, like, we're going to win all 40. Easy as that.
All right.
Well, you know what, Chris? I love the confidence. You haven't had this much confidence since the first week. So I'm glad to see it again.
Well, I'm going to say something to make sense. That Chris Woodmans, he loves to bowl against people that he likes and is friends with. Because I remember when he bowled my team in the first half in the position round, I kept hearing all this crap about man, we're going to bowl great. And they ended up bowling great. And I hear this, yeah, here we go. And I can remember I had nightmares about it. And they had never reached that pedestal ever since. I have all the confidence that he's going to whip his best friend Diego's ass tomorrow.
Yes.
And then I'm going to hear across the alley, yeah, here we go. and make Diego feel so small, just like I felt so small that day when we were on 19 and 20 in the fall. I felt so little. But anyway.
It was like a cold winter's night.
It was a cold winter. Oh, my God. It's horrible.
In water, yes.
In water, yes. But real quick, just let me go over the awards. Unfortunately, no bowler of the week for the ladies. They both bowled bad. But bowler of the week for the men, TJ Phelps, who bowled 139 over average with that 630 game off a 160 average. Kicked ass. He's bowler of the week. Jose Beltre, the great baseball player and bowler, had 660 and 72 over his average. And the team that bowled against you guys, Devontae Roan, had 63 pins over his average. So no wonder they kicked your guys' ass. He made third place bowler of the week.
Their handicap need to be adjusted.
It's handicap management, just like in the fall. And leading off the men in high average is Ron Reynolds, of course, 214. Jose Beltre, the baseball player, 202. And Chris Saunders still in the top 3, 200 even.
Still got the dream.
Mrs. Woodmansey for the women at 184. Mrs. Saunders at 136, the only 2 female bowlers. And for new MVP race, Daniel Arroyo, Christian's teammate, leading the pack at 26 points won. So he is now officially the leading of the MVP bowlers. Ron Reynolds, of course, in second at 24. Tied for third. He let him get tied. Chris Saunders slips down to third place with Mark Merchant and Rashawn Combs on their tail, all tied for third place with 22 points. Mrs. Woodmansey is in first for the ladies. I can't even read that. What is that? 18 points. And Miss Tina in second for the ladies at 10. All right, gentlemen, that about wraps up our podcast for episode 3. Before we finish off,
if Kyle and Matthew listen to this podcast, welcome to the group. We're glad to have you, but you know what you're in for. You either stay in the kitchen, enjoy the heat, or get the fuck out.
Oh my God, jeez.
My only last words are: I'm sure his name was Ethan, not Kyle.
Yes.
Well, when they're
Ethan and Matthew,
when they're proved to me they're good bowlers and know their names, then I won't try.
Oh wow! Oh my God, they're gonna kick your ass. All right, my final words, of course. Chris Saunders, please do not forget your equipment. I'm counting on you to bring your friggin' equipment. And for everybody listening, one more time, Woodmansey, what is Mr. Saunders' phone number?
469-450-8664.
And yes, that is the real number. Please dial the number and text it. And just if you want to send a GIF picture to not forget it, maybe you can send them a GIF of somebody's balls. Don't forget your balls. Don't leave your balls again. Please cherish and caress the balls.
Yep.
Cherish them. All right. Before you get in trouble. That better be a real friggin' number, too. Don't be giving out somebody.
I'm telling you.
We're going to get in trouble with YouTube if we give out fake numbers.
You just dox somebody.
No, we do not. You better tell me if that's a fake number so I can edit it out.
It is.
It is? You better be telling the truth.
It is.
If they come after me, I'm going to give them your real telephone number and tell me.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you all the newcomers for joining the league and being part of this great community that we try to establish here, friendship and family. And
sorry to Matthew and Ethan.
See, he forgot his name. See?
No, I didn't forget his name. I was thinking Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, okay, of course. So
that Hawk Tua. That's how I can remember it. Ethan Hawk Tua.
Oh, that should be a team name.
Ethan Hawk Tua. All right, Ethan, if you're listening, that's your new team name, Hawk Tua.
Yeah.
You have no decision. It's already made.
So I know y'all are here to cheer my team on and my new upcoming teammate Chris Saunders. Hopefully he could stay a 2-time with me, because I've never had a partner stay 2 times with me in a season of JV Trios.
You cheated on him 2 times.
Yeah, Hopefully he continued to show up and bring his shit together. And yeah, we'll find out next week. As you see my team coming up to the top 4. Thank y'all guys. Come back in. If you do not come back, you'll be like Chris, forgetting his shit and sucking.
And having to get everybody to text him to get his equipment. Please tell us, what is his real number?
469-546-8964.
Isn't that a different number? Was that different? I don't know.
No, it's the same.
But anyway,
8964.
text Chris. That I'm sending the word out now. Get it viral. I want him to get like 1,000 text messages to bring his friggin' equipment. And again, this is going to go published live on YouTube and anywhere your listening platforms are made. Please text and help Mr. Chris Saunders remember his equipment.
Yeah, text that number, guys. Text that number.
Hashtag Chris's balls.
Yes, make it go viral, please.
Hashtag Chris's balls.
Yeah, you know what? Just put Chris's, all right, with the S at the end. Okay? Another S.
Well, that's why it could be both of you guys' balls.
No, put Chris and a capital S and then balls.
All right. Well, Chris's balls. So, yeah. So, it's the same difference.
Yeah.
All right. So, anywho. All right, guys. Thank you guys for being on here, and we'll see you both tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
See you later.
Okay. Bye.